Did you know that we have channel memberships now? If you'd like to help support this channel, get some exclusive Kawabana emotes to use in the comments, as well as an exclusive badge by your name, click that join button now to find out more. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys. Long-lost commercials are pretty much their own subgenre of internet mysteries all by themselves. Ni Channel especially loves their long-lost commercials, and it seems like every other month someone is posting about a creepy commercial they remember seeing from their childhood and wondering if anyone has footage of it today. Perhaps the most infamous is the White Shadows commercial, which I've covered on this channel before and still remains undiscovered today, if it ever even existed. Many of these long-lost commercials remain just that, but every now and then, someone finally digs an old tape out of the woodwork and finds what everyone is looking for. Well, this week's video is special because it would appear that yet another long-lost commercial has finally been found. First, some background. We have to go all the way back to Christmas Day, 2000, for one of the earliest times this commercial was mentioned on Ni Channel. On December 25th, a user posted the following in a thread about scary commercials. For me, it was the commercial for a Famicom game called Yokai Club about 15 years ago, and I think there was some commercial that used Joduri to prevent catch sales that was really scary. There was a stagehand dressed in black, manipulating a doll with a white face or something, going, "Come here, come here." Then a guy like a customer stumbled forward and she kept going, "Come here, come here." He got closer and then, "Come even closer, even closer." When he couldn't get any closer, suddenly the doll's eyes flung wide open and its mouth cut into a wide grin. The man screamed and then some text appeared saying, "Be careful not to follow any catch sales." I think it was something like that. It was so scary that even now I can't watch Jodud performances. Has anybody else seen this commercial? There's quite a bit to break down here, so let's take a look. First, Joururi is a type of performance that uses traditional Japanese dolls with white faces. It focuses on telling a story to the accompaniment of music, and these dolls are manipulated by the storyteller. Second, the phrase catch sales doesn't translate so well into English, but basically it involves aggressive soliciting of people on the street and then forcing them to sign a contract for something outrageously expensive, and then making the victim keep it a secret from their family. This was a scam that was particularly common during the 90s, but it's still around even today. So, this person was remembering a commercial that used a doll common in Joururi performances to warn people against getting caught in catch sales scams. The doll summoned a victim to get closer and closer, and then finally, when they couldn't go any further, the doll's face turned into something terrifying, and the man screamed. The user posted this comment in 2000, meaning it likely came from the 80s or 90s. A few years later, another user posted the following in a thread about scary TV shows and commercials. I don't remember what it was for, but there was a Japanese doll beckoning with its hand and going, "Come here, come here." Then its face twisted into like a Hanya mask. I think it aired around the start of the Heisei era. Does anyone know of it? The Heisei era started in 1989, so again, this would have placed it around the 90s. A year later, another person posted about the same commercial, to which someone replied they had seen that same one roughly 15 years earlier. Again, this would place it around the start of the 90s. Over and over again, people were posting about this commercial featuring a creepy doll that says, "Come here, come here," and they all seem to remember it from the early 90s. At the very least, it seemed that this commercial did exist. Too many people agreed upon the finer details that it's unlikely they were all making it up. It's possible, of course, but for so many people to bring up the same doll saying the same thing over so many years, well, chances were high that It was because they really did remember it. Over the years, more and more people chimed in, claiming that they remembered this commercial, but nobody could find it. The doll and what she said never changed, but as is common with these old commercials, everyone seemed to remember it just a little differently. Some people remembered a man following a doll before her face suddenly changed into something horrifying. Some remembered only the doll. The phrase at the end also changed depending on who remembered it. This is to be expected. If it really did air in the early 90s, when most of these people were likely just kids, then it's hard to remember exactly what catchphrase a commercial ended with. At any rate, they all agreed that the commercial was warning against getting swindled while walking around town. But who made the commercial and why? Was it real, or was everyone collectively adding onto a memory that didn't actually exist? By 2013, a few more details started to emerge. Someone remembered seeing the Joduri commercial, as it had come to be known, while watching a program called Super TV in 1992. It was a commercial that aired in the Tokyo area, where this type of scam was most likely to happen. It was also around this time that a search for the commercial kicked into high gear. More and more people were uploading old and creepy commercials on the internet, so maybe it was hiding in a compilation somewhere. Or maybe someone had it on a VHS at home that they hadn't converted yet. Numerous similar commercials were dug up, either featuring creepy dolls or the phrase, "Come here, come here." But none of them matched the Joduri commercial as most people remembered it. Well, as luck would have it, on January 28th this year, someone uploaded a video to a website dedicated to finding lost commercials. It was titled 1992, Tokyo, Joduri. That could only mean one thing. That's right, the commercial was found, and you can watch it right here.
誘い言葉が売り言葉。怖い話に変わります。電話やハガキによる呼び出しに注意しましょう。
Well over 2 decades after it was first posted on Ni Channel, and 3 decades after it actually aired on TV, the lost Joururi commercial was finally found. And, surprisingly, it matched almost word for word what a lot of people remembered. It featured a performer in black manipulating a doll with a white face, beckoning with her hand and saying, "Come here, come here." A male voice narrates over the top, warning not to get taken in by sweet words, otherwise something terrifying might happen, at which point the doll's face changes into something terrifying, with wide eyes and sharp teeth, much like a Hanya mask. It then ends with text warning people not to get caught up in appointment sales, and mentions Tokyo Metropolis underneath. And with that, a 2-decade-long mystery was finally solved. It's not the only commercial to have been dug up long after the fact, and it probably won't be the last either. Does that mean that somewhere the White Shadows commercial is still in hiding, waiting for its day in the light? We may never know, but once again, the Joduri commercial is proof that not everything on Ni Channel is a lie, nor is it always a shared delusion. Sure, most of the time it's just made up, but once in a while, a mystery finally gets solved and proven to be true, as we can see right here. But what do you guys think about this one? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.